Hey, what's up, everyone? Or no one. I don't know who else is watching. What's happening? Normal America, robnoerr here. So I'm at my non-home office, and as you know, I have trouble streaming with video there. But I got a whole new setup with my laptop that looked like it was busted, and I got it worked on. So laptop's back in order, and I bought a new microphone, so I just wanted to do a test here to see how things are sounding with the microphone. What's up, Russell Speary? Probably the only one watching right now. So yeah, I just wanted to check, see if the sound was better than when previously I was here. I had a really crappy, like, $15 Walmart mic previously, so hopefully the sound quality is going to be much better. So give me a holler, someone in the chat, if the sound sounds good. Does the audio need to be turned up? Does it sound like the gain's too high? Anything like that? New mic sounds good. Thank you, Russell. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I just got one of those snowball mics. It was recommended to me as a sort of non-expensive mobile mic, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I recorded a couple test videos, and sounded good to me. So, yeah, my face is still all messed up. I know, right? It's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. I don't know if video will be an option for me. I've talked about this before. I don't really like talking about it, but it's one thing. Part of the nature of streaming politics, particularly politics like I do, incurs a lot of hate. I've had passwords, revealed and broken into, accounts broken into. I've had, mass flagging of my stuff. I've had employers contacted. There's always a potential for that sort of stuff, or even worse. It's not unheard of to hear people swatted. Because I work in homes where on the premises will be people with developmental disabilities. If the worst would happen, it'd be really devastating. Not just for me, but it would be bad, even worse for the people that I support. And so, even though I'm off the clock and I'm not doing anything untoward, I've elected to no longer have video when I'm at that office. So, because just things that could be identified or whatever from the video. So, anywho, this is the plan for now. Just to give you guys a quick update, I won't be streaming long this evening. I wonder if I'm on Twitch. Can anyone see? Any of you that are on YouTube, can you see if I'm on Twitch right now? Yeah, it looks like I am. All right. I'm just not seeing any of the Twitch in the chat. Oh, there's what I want to do. See, I'm glad I did this. So I want to add the chat here. Let's do that. Move it over here. There you are. Make it a little bigger. How's that? Thank you, Jordan. Yeah. So I'm going to be trying out what I hope will be my new format going forward. Obviously, there's going to be some things that'll be working out with other creators coming up. My plan is, part of my resolution is to grow this channel, and thank you, thanks for the Happy New Year. That's going to entail some planning on my part. By the way, quick question: with the chat there, do you prefer this? Oops, should this be more centered this way? What do you think? Or do you prefer it over here? You guys said as it was. You like it like this? Okay, that's fine. You win, Nazmir. More centered. Now we have people saying like this. All right, we'll do that then. So it isn't overlapping my face. Well, what I could do is I could do this. How's that? Is that the best of both worlds? I'm such a nerd. I'm just happy I figured out how to do some of this stuff. I'll be honest with you. I feel like 2 years ago I would have had to have someone help me out. So I'm getting a little bit of a hang. Anyways, just to give some people some ideas of what, and I'm sure I'll talk about this a little tomorrow evening as well, but here's the plans going forward. I have a bunch of resolutions. Basically, my plan this year is to improve myself in important ways. The number one concern of that is improving myself as a father and a husband. That's number one. Number two is improving myself as an employee at my work, which I won't talk about that to you all, but I am committed to being better with the people I serve at work. And number three is to being a better streamer and growing the community. So, I won't talk much about work, but when it comes to myself, being a better father and husband, that means getting healthier. That means losing weight, getting back into working out every day. My ultimate goal is to be at 200 pounds by the end of the year. I'm not sure what I weigh right now. It's somewhere around 270, I think. So I would like, to the best of my ability, to get as close to 200 as possible. And not just by starving myself or anything stupid like that. I actually want to be, I'm getting a gym membership and I want to be doing some, I'm not trying to be Hercules or anything, but I definitely need to get in shape. Keeping my sugar under control. And also making sure that I'm spending more meaningful time as a husband and as a father, which means cutting out electronics and making sure that I'm, doing more stuff around the house to improve the quality of my house. Hopefully I'll get a shed built this year. That's on my agenda. So that's step one. As far as growing the channel, there's multiple faceted things that I need to do. Number one is encourage people to go to new platforms to follow me. And so that'll most likely be comfy.stream and Rumble. And so I will be routinely doing shows that are unique to either of those two channels to try to encourage my YouTube and Twitch audience to migrate over there, because all of the work that I put into the channel will be for naught if I get banned off of YouTube and Twitch and no one follows me. So I have to, while I'm still on those platforms, try to be encouraging people. So we're probably looking at least 1 or 2 shows a week that will be non-YouTube Twitch exclusive. That'll give me more opportunity to do things on those. Like I won't have to worry if someone's banned on Twitch, I can't talk to them, things like that. So that's step one. Step two is to work with other streamers that are bigger. So I really would like to set a goal of myself to getting on Tim Pool's show. I really want to make it work with the Drunken Debates that are going to be on Friday nights here going forward. I don't know if it'll be this week or not. I got to get a hold of John Burk. And then we're going to be doing a Saturday morning show as well. That'll be sort of a weekly roundup show with just me and John. So I'm encouraged to do that and hopefully work with some other streamers, be they big or small streamers, to get some more collaborative content. I'd love to get back into streaming with my friend Let's Be Frank, my friend Sarah Kane, my friend Drone Tech, a friend of mine SJG that used to stream talked about getting back into it, Aircraft Sparky. I enjoyed streaming with all of those people. Of course, I always enjoy streaming on the Crucible, so hopefully I could do some more debates on there. I know people like watching me debate, so hopefully that's something, those collaborative things. And also working with Alex Stein looks like something that I'll be doing here in the future. So all good working with that. In addition to that, I'm going to try my best to be putting more short form content up. So trying to do those live streams at least 5 days a week, but also trying to at least 5 days a week putting up a video that's like between 3 and 5 minutes and having that be on Rumble and on YouTube. And to hopefully encourage a different type of audience, because I know not everyone's into the 2 to 3 hour live stream. So that's sort of the plan going forward. What's up, Pisco? I hope you had a great New Year, man. Yeah, Drunken Debates allegedly coming back. John Burk and me discussed bringing it back here as co-host. For those that didn't follow, the plan would be this. The Saturday show, let's say it'd be something like 11 p.m. Eastern time till 1 p.m. Eastern time. That'll just be me and John covering news stories or whatever we feel like. The Friday night would be Drunken Debates again. That would be at max 6-person panels. And we would alternate who was debating and who was moderating. So maybe week 1, I would debate and John Burk would be moderator. And then week 2, I would be the moderator and John Burk would debate. And then we'll reach out to get some guests. Things that will set that show apart from other panel shows that you've seen is tentatively, we're going to do it like John had been doing in the past, I believe, where we do not give the topics out before the show. So that's one thing that will set it apart as different. And so it'll probably be stuff that's not like, it's not going to be pulled out of nowhere. Like, it'll be stuff that's probably in the news or topics that are centered around things that are, people are talking about that week. The reason for that is it's kind of different than other shows, and also it kind of encourages people to have more of a... It facilitates less of a like, oh, did you read this study? Did you read this study? There's styles of debates that I did in college. Most of what I did was called NDT-CETA policy debate. That was a hyper evidence-driven, one topic a year type thing. Another style debate was called parliamentary debate. And in parliamentary debate, the idea was it was supposed to be like you were a member of parliament. And so you weren't supposed to be like a scientist debating some, very intricate things on, some scientific topic. Instead, you were supposed to be more of a layman. And in parliamentary debate, you could actually call a point of order and claim that your opponent is basically too well researched or is entering evidence that's like beyond the scope of what we should be talking about. So it facilitates more of that conversational type atmosphere and facilitates people that more have a breadth of knowledge on a wide range of issues as opposed to someone who's coming just to talk about one issue. Additionally, limiting the panel to 6 or 4 people I think is better. I think once you get more than that, that's kind of gets a little crazy. There's also the aspect of you're supposed to be drinking if you're legally allowed to drink. Doesn't mean you have to get rip-roaring drunk, but that's sort of the idea of sort of like a camaraderie type aspect. I think John originally based it around the idea of like people arguing with each other at a bar. So that'll set it apart. And also we are going to try to keep it to people that we know that can reasonably make intelligent arguments. So that you don't end up with, you see a lot of these panels that had 14, 16 people. There's a lot of people that come on that are just like memeing, and they don't really know what they're talking about. So, kind of like Prestige Worldwide with, Step Brothers. If you're no good, we'll just give you the hook, So that's sort of the idea. Now, I have to talk to John. I haven't talked to him since Christmas other than to wish some well wishes. We'll see about getting going with those 2 shows. So that should be exciting. The rest of my shows, here's how I'm thinking of breaking it down. So if you don't know my normal work schedule, I go into work Sunday night, and then I'm here straight until Wednesday afternoon. That's on a normal week. Many times, though, that I end up being held over here later. As I already explained, I don't like showing sort of my video when, just in case there would ever the worst would happen, there'd be some sort of doxing or something. I don't want that to happen, particularly in places where on the premise there could be people with disabilities. I just think that would be a really crappy thing. So, to do my part, when I'm off the clock and I'm streaming, hopefully I won't have any video. It'll just be audio. So my plan is, because most Mondays and Tuesdays I did get a better microphone. Hopefully it's noticeable. The sound quality is a little better here. Oh, thanks, Bandit. I'm glad you like those conversations with... Thanks, Fisco. Glad you liked the video of me and my son. Fabian, I enjoyed talking to Fabian. I think that, obviously I have disagreements with his political philosophy of ANCAP, but, it's fun to have those sorts of conversations. I enjoyed it. So anyways, here's the plan. I think that what I want to do, what sets me apart, I think, from many political streamers is the idea of debate. I think I'm a pretty good debater. I think I'm probably one of the best conservative debaters. And I also was a policy debater in college and then a coach and debate judge. And so I think that puts me in sort of a unique position. One of the things that I dabbled in and that I enjoyed, and it just never really caught on, was reviewing debates. And I think that that's going to be my Tuesday shows. I think at 9 p.m. Eastern time until probably midnight, I will review debates. And so I'll be taking requests. These debates will not be debates that I was involved in. They could be debates that were, politicians that were debating. It could be debates that occurred between people on Twitch. It could be a panel or something like that. And so, I'll use my Discord to try to get suggestions, and then hopefully, tentatively going forward, it'll be, you'll see something like, let's see here. You see something like this. It'll just be me down in the corner. We'll have a video up. We'll be running the debates. So, that's tentatively my Tuesday show. I thought that my Monday show, we'll see how this goes. I thought that in that spirit, I would re-look at debates or videos that I had done. So I've probably done in the online space when it comes to panels, debates, or sort of disagreements and discussions I've had with people. My guess is, since I've been streaming, I would guess I've had easily over 100 of those type of conversations. And oftentimes I think back on them and I think, oh boy, I was really right, or man, I screwed up. Because a lot of those debates will be talking about what you predict happening in the future and things like that. So I thought maybe it would be interesting, see some of those, maybe Pisco's in here, maybe, go back and look at like me and Pisco's first interaction, or me and Destiny, or a panel I was on with Vosh, or when I was talking to people I agreed with, and we, like Lecture Fan, and we're talking about sort of what we predict will happen with the election, for good or bad. Maybe I was way off, which, it's certainly a possibility. And so I thought maybe it would be interesting to go back and look at some of those conversations and just sort of talk. And honestly, I it sounds arrogant, which it kind of is. But I think that because I can't use video when I'm not at my home office, I think that's a good way of kind of still getting my face out there and still being able to, have conversations while at the same time be having a live conversation with you all as well. Yeah, maybe I bring someone on, like maybe I bring Pisco on and we do just sort of a review of a conversation we had. It sounds meta, but I think it could be funny and I think it could be informative, to kind of check to see, have things changed? I mean, a lot of it would be very interesting. Like, some of the ones I was thinking of reviewing were, I did a modern day debate 2 years ago with Chud Logic about are conservatives being censored more on social media in places like Twitter. Given what we've seen with the Twitter files, I think it'd be interesting to go back and see. I did debates with Dylan Burns before the election on what to expect from a potential Trump or Biden presidency. I did a debate over a year ago with Destiny on Biden's presidency up to that point. I did a debate, several debates with Econoboy about, the economy and where we saw the economy going. Econoboy told me that inflation would basically be over by the end of 2022. We'll see. Yeah, Bandit, go ahead and shoot those debate reviews, potential reviews. So the idea would be Monday I'm reviewing sort of my own content from the past. Tuesdays I would be reviewing a debate that I wasn't involved in. Wednesdays I would plan on doing a normal show. Thursdays, I thought that by normal I mean just sort of me by myself, rounding up, the news stories of the week. Thursday, maybe having a guest. Not always, sometimes having a guest, whether that be a debate or not a debate, just a conversation. And then Friday would be Drunken Debates. Saturday would be the John Burk show. And Sunday, well, that's a day of rest, isn't it? Yeah, I agree, Pisco. I understand the downside of it. It does sound arrogant. Like, if you just caught a clip, if someone clips 30 seconds of me reviewing me talking, it will look very silly. But on the other hand, I think that it's something that I think there's merit to it, and we'll see. All of this is open for change. What I'm really trying to focus on, though, is the three things that I could do to grow the channel. Well, other than drag people to Rumble and to Comfy, which is, that's my top priority. But the three things I could do are quality of people I interact with, and consistency of the content that I put forward, and improving the quality of the content I put forward. So with improving the quality, I mean production values, solid microphones, solid cameras, solid backgrounds, making sure that I'm more prepared. With consistency, I mean hitting those show times, 9 p.m. Eastern every night, putting those short form videos up at the same time every day, like maybe like 10 a.m. or something like that. I'll see what time those come. So that's really what I'm reaching for. We'll see. Yeah, that's right, Fabian. Yeah, it was almost a year to the date. So, now, like I said, the other thing will be, since I'm going to try to be dragging people to Rumble and to Comfy and away from Twitch and YouTube, maybe one of those shows, maybe it'll be the Monday show where it's just me reviewing a previous discussion I've had with someone or debate. Maybe that'll be a Rumble and Comfy exclusive. And maybe some of the debate reviews as well. And you might say, well, why those shows? Well, a lot of people, if you review a panel and someone on that panel got banned from Twitch, you could literally get banned off Twitch. And I know Destiny's banned off Twitch. I think Sansol's banned off Twitch. And I did a lot of content with those two guys. So, I don't know everyone. If I go back and watch a Prime K's panel I was on, and it turns out two of the people there are banned off Twitch, I can end up getting banned. So it makes sense to have those shows be shows that, I'm streaming on Rumble or Comfy instead of Twitch, because then I won't have to worry about like, oh God, Destiny shows up in this clip, so I can't really reference it. So maybe I'll start working towards Odyssey as well. I had some trouble with Odyssey technically, with some tech issues. I've also had problems with BitChute with tech issues, and I'm not very tech savvy, so that for me, the ones I'm on, Comfy, Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch have been very smooth. I also stream to Twitter, which you can find me there, and I'll always stream to Twitter as well. So if you follow me at @NorRobert on Twitter, and I'll put that in there, 3 R's in a row, you'll always be able to see me streaming there as well. Unless Elon decides to kick me off, who knows. But that's tentatively the plan. And then some other, just carrot on top type stuff. I would like to do at least 3 or 4 live events in real life this year. So whether that means showing up to like a Republican convention or showing up to, some sort of political speech in real life, being there in person with a microphone to talk to people. Things of that nature. There's, I've been in talk with some people about some real life debates, like showing up at a place, getting a banquet room in a hotel and having like a 2-on-2 debate, and then streaming that live. So those are things that I'm working on. To me, and I'll say this and then I'll finish up because I do have to get to sleep tonight. But, to me, streaming is a hobby. That's what it is. Unless something drastically would change for me, it's not going to be my living. It's just not. I love my job taking care of people with disabilities. I would love to stream full time as a career, but it would have to be a considerable amount of money, because again, my first priority is as a husband and a father. I'm 38 years old. Streaming and taking your shot, shooting your shot, with all you have, whether it be being some sort of artist, being in a band, being a streamer or something. That's a young man's game. That's not that's a young man's game. That's not the game of someone who's got a child to take care of and a wife to take care of. So when I approach it from that through, I want to stream content that I like, and I think that if I break it up, it won't be as monotonous. Because sometimes, if you just do a show where you're talking about the news of the day, well, what do you do when it's like, COVID? Like, you talk about COVID 3 days in a row, and it's like you start to run out of stuff to say, and it starts to be laborious, or it starts to get, monotonous. So I think if I'm breaking up the types of shows I'm doing, that'll help to avoid from that. And I hope that the audience sees that as well. I hope that it'll be more entertaining for an audience. But as I, have been lucky enough to grow as a channel, albeit, I'm not a big channel, I am incredibly grateful for the people that do watch me. I understand that I do have some sort of responsibility to an audience as well, because it's not just my show. People generously donate to me. You can see I reached 2,000 subscribers on Twitch, which is amazing. I think that's an incredible achievement. I have people donate to me on YouTube. I've had people donate to me on Patreon. And in addition to donations, I've had people countless hours of stuff people have done for me, sending me links or book suggestions, or on Discord sending me private messages on how to improve, or resources to look at, or people to communicate with. And I think that I understand going into this year that I don't just owe it to myself to try to put out good content. I owe it to the people that have stuck with me and that are watching me, whether it just be, have only been watching me for a week or two, or that have been sticking with me for like the 4 years that I've been doing this stuff. So, that's my plan. That's tentatively the plan. As always, I welcome any suggestions that people have. You can put it on my Discord. You could DM me to Twitter. I don't have that many Twitter followers, so I still check my DMs on Twitter. Not always, but most of the time I will. My email address is out there if you need to email me. There's all my links. So you can get a hold of me in those ways. And if you have any suggestions for things that you think I could do, debate suggestions, interview suggestions, anything like that, I would be... Yeah, I hear you, McBacon Love. Let's make it count. So that's the plan. One other thing I'll say is, after great contemplation, I think that I am going to try to be less aggressive in my interactions with people that I'm particularly disagreeing with. Now, it depends on what you mean by those, with the term aggressive. I'm still, like, if you saw my interview or my debate with Tiberius D about 2 weeks ago, that's sort of how I'm going to approach things. Like, I think that I did a very good job of putting him in his place and just saying, I think you're wrong. I think that you're bad faith. But I didn't, resort to histrionics. So that's going to be sort of how I try to be going forward. There is a tendency, not just for content, but just getting wrapped up in sort of the gamesmanship of communicating and debating with people, for it to become more histrionic filled. And so I'm going to try my best to have a good time and keep it jovial, but also call out people when I think they should. It's going to be a fine line. Thank you so much, Kev, for the follow. I really appreciate it. It's going to be a fine line, no doubt. But, oh my goodness. Stardust just raided me. I was just going off the air. How are you doing, Stardust? I hope everything is going fantastic with you. We'll have to talk here someday soon. For those that don't know, Stardust, a streamer that, been on panels and I've argued against. We don't have the same political philosophy, but we also both enjoy arguing with the Groypers from time to time. So always appreciate Stardust for that content. I've taken more of a hands-off approach. I don't like getting involved in that drama stuff. I just don't. But I don't think that it's a bad thing to do it. To each their own. And, Stardust is for bang for your buck of, jumping into the frying pan. You basically can't beat Stardust. I mean, she will talk to people that she knows are just going to basically make insults and racial slurs to her the whole time. Which, that takes... Thank you so much, Tess Johnson. That takes a strong fortitude to do that. So, hopefully she enjoys that type of stuff. But, I've enjoyed my interactions with Stardust. I really have. So, but yeah, that's the plan. So, just to review, here's what we're looking at. Mondays will be probably eventually Rumble exclusive, or Rumble and comfy.stream exclusive. Reviewing past debates and interactions I've done. Thanks so much, Trip. I really appreciate the follow. Tuesdays are going to be debate reviews. Wednesdays are going to be my normal show, hopefully from my home office. Thursdays will try to either be a normal show or with a guest, whether that be a debate or some sort of guest. Fridays, I will be working with John Burk, bringing back the Drunken Debate panels. That should be every Friday evening. Saturdays, hopefully I'll be doing a afternoon, early day to afternoon stream with John Burk. It'll be a roundup of the weekly news. So I hope that you all stick with me through that, and I hope that you will enjoy it. In addition, I'm going to try to do some in real life stuff. Maybe get invited to some of these, debate things they do. It's tough for me. It's tough having a full-time job. I figured this out. I don't get paid all of the hours I have to be here at work. Like right now, I'm technically on a sleep shift, so I can do what I want, but I have to be here. I just don't get paid. So this last year, if you factor in the hours that I had to be here that I didn't get paid, I actually worked 4,000 hours, over 4,000 hours, which puts me right around the 80 hours a week mark for an average. So it's difficult to find time off to do a lot of these real life stuff. In addition to that, plus being a dad and being a husband, it'd be nice if that was my full-time job, streaming, but it's just not in the cards. And I'm not going to sit here and whine and moan. I'm one of the luckiest people that's ever lived. I have the greatest wife. I have the greatest son. I love my job. It doesn't pay a terrible amount, but I make decent money just because I work so many hours. So, or I could sue someone for a lot of money and never work again. Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna leave you with this. I did a video. One of the things that's tough is as a father, I'm so proud of my son. I think that he is just the greatest. I'm sure all parents do, but I think my son is just the greatest. He's fantastic. Give me a second. But I hesitate to put him on stream very much because there's so many horrible people out there. And plus, that maybe he doesn't want in perpetuity to be online before he's old enough to make that decision. But I do a little of non-political content, just like a hey, Merry Christmas, from my family, put a picture or a video up. I did one today. I was hanging out with my son upstairs. He loves my office because the microphone, you could pull it and stuff like that. And I brought up OBS and was like, hey man, you want to see yourself? You want to see yourself on the computer screen? And we just hit record. And this is what came out, and I hope that I'll leave you with this, just a Happy New Year message, and then we'll find someone to raid. But here's my son Hank and me today. I hope you enjoy this. One sec, let me mute my mic. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good New Year. Yes. What are you doing? Who is that? That's you. You and Dad. Yes, that's us. Can you say Happy New Year, everyone? No. No? You don't want to say that? Okay. Say goodbye, everyone. We're going to leave. We're having a great New Year's Day, huh? Getting messy. Bye. Say bye, everyone. Good job, buddy. Okay, right? Bye. Yeah, he's the man. That's the Hankster. He is just, and I say it all the time. People, one of the things people say about me when they see me on debates, yeah, I know that I raise my voice. I'm actually having fun. When my voice gets more high-pitched and I'm louder, I enjoy that sort of stuff. But I know I sound like an angry guy. I'm really not. I am so lucky to have the best wife in the world and the best son in the world. And so, I know we talk about a lot of things on here about, if you're a right-winger, you probably hate the direction that a lot of our politics are going, a lot of our culture is going. I certainly am not a fan of a lot of that stuff. But for me, it's cathartic. I come on here, I talk about the stuff, I wrap up, I hang out with the best wife in the world and the best son in the world. So, that's why I said my resolutions are to get myself healthy, get myself to be a better father, a better husband, but when it comes to the streaming, I still enjoy this. And, I'm really committed to making the channel grow and doing so in ways that I enjoy and hopefully the audience enjoys as well. So let's find someone to raid here. You will be able, hopefully, to catch me tomorrow. The other thing I have to say is this. Consistency is very important. It really is. And I understand that so much. I really do. But being in home healthcare, anything could happen. I wasn't here the other day, but some of my coworkers were telling me when the weather got crazy there. I don't know that one. When the weather got crazy, pipes started freezing at a lot of our clients' homes. When stuff like that happens, like even if you're off the clock, you got to be doing stuff. So, it is a profession where the nature of it is sometimes when you have a scheduled stream or something scheduled to do, it just can't happen. I am trying to make a firm commitment. So what I get to say is, I'm going to try to be pumping out those 3 to 5 minute videos once a day on YouTube. Maybe they'll just be a fun video. Maybe it'll be on a news story of the day. That'll be on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter. And then I'm going to be trying to be consistent with my evening streaming around 9 p.m. Eastern. So let us raid. How about Lecture Fan? Good guy. So. All right. Thank you all. I know this was a weird stream. I do thank you all for being here. I mean, the purpose of this was basically just to test this new microphone. I think it's been a success in my new setup with my laptop here. So hopefully we got everyone that was here tonight really helped me get through all the wrinkles, and it'll make for a better stream tomorrow evening. So thank you so much, everyone. I will talk to you all tomorrow evening around 9 p.m., barring nothing crazy happening. Can't wait to see you all. I'll try to come up with a video to review or something like that. Tomorrow I will be streaming to Twitch and YouTube as well. But going forward, I might try to direct people to Rumble and Comfy for those Monday, Tuesday streams. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow evening. As always, have a good one.
Nope. Roman numeral 2. No? Oh, where's that Sagittarius symbol?